Now the YouTube is live. What's good? What's up with y'all, man? What's up with y'all, man? Hold up, 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 hold up. Oh, I had to. You already know. I had to. Had to get me blue Yankee fitted with the 2025 postseason patch. Tasty. Delicious. Delicioso. Mmm. Stay hydrated out here. Let's see. Mary Lawler says, "All I see is an empty chair. Not anymore. Not anymore." I was mixing up a drink. I was mixing up some fresh Mets tears. Delicioso. I've been collecting these almost for 24 hours. Let's go, Mets. Do-no-no. Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Bring your kitties. Bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really socking the ball. Pete Alonso, he got a hold of one, but the baseball gods, they weren't letting that get through. Anyway, greetings. Welcome in, everybody. Keith McPherson here, live on my Twitter at Keith_McPherson, and also live on the McPherson brand channel on YouTube. If you'd like to join the YouTube chat, go ahead. Let me jump into the YouTube chat with a YERRR. So there's so much to unpack. The sports are sportsing. It's the most wonderful time. Almost. We're right there to the sports equinox where the NBA will start up, NHL will start up. Let's see who's in here. Isaac, what did I tell you about Danny Dimes, Keith? All right, well, we'll get to that first. From the NFL, I bet on the Rams yesterday. I knew Sean McVay would have something for him, and I knew that the firepower would match up a little bit better with the Rams team, versus the Broncos, the Colts, the Titans. Who else did they play? The Colts are who we're talking about. They played the Broncos, no, the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Titans. Those teams aren't of the ilk of the Rams. I saw Bozo in the chat. This is a Bozo, so you see I had to fix the cap on him. I've seen this goofy Bozo before. I already know he's a Grimace fan. Let me put the postseason patch there, because all that money, that Steve Cohen got, you can't get you one of these with that money. He can't even buy him one with a Mets logo. He can't buy one. Money can't buy this. Money can't buy you a postseason appearance. He tried. I ain't mad at Steve. We're gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. But Bozo's like Jim Seraphin, you are welcome to. All are welcome. This is sports talk, social media, bantering back and forth. Like, if you want to be mad at me, be mad at me. I would be mad at David Stearns. I would be really mad at David Stearns and Carlos Mendoza. And then I'd be furious with the players for how they went out. I would be steaming mad. Ross, I know Ross knows. What a effing nightmare. Ross knows the deal. Ross knew. Ross was going off on some rants. Scott Hare in the YouTube chat. What up, Scott? Ross was getting his rants off weeks ago. Ross was the one telling y'all, as soon as Alec Boehm did that parabolic microphone thing, don't try and make it a thing. It's not a thing. They got the last laugh now. You know what I'm saying? Like, 130 people in the live for a New York sports radio host on the biggest sports radio station in the world. Thanks for joining us, Jim. That number has increased, and I don't do this for numbers. Does everybody give Jim a round of applause? Tell Jim it's going to be okay.
Tell Jim that this is just day one of the Mets collapse, and attacking me is not going to fix the lack of pitching. Attacking me is not going to fix the clubhouse. Attacking me is not going to fix your face. But get your takes off. I will wear it. I will wear it. I'm good. The Yankees did what they had to do. I'm good. You know, there are other things going on out here. I took my wife took to the Ross, you a funny boy. You are a funny guy, Ross. You are hilarious. Oh, Jim, would you look at that? We've already put 110 in here since you said that. Little old me. Little old me from WFAN. Nighttime guy. No motion. They don't know who I am at all. Don't mind me, Jim. But you're in the chat. John. John Wesley. How you feeling? We got to unpack some things. Zach says, I feel great about our Yanks, Keith. Good. This is the time you should feel good. We don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea what's going to happen. So there's so many things from my notes. Let's start. I mean, I talked about the NFL. How about them Giants? So we give some people some time to get in here. How about Jackson Dart and the New York Giants? They should be the biggest story. They should be. The Giants should be the biggest story right now. But they're blocked by the Mets. Over the Mets. Banner. We should be talking about Jackson Dart going out there, running and gunning, changing plays up. A quarterback. Holy smokes, the difference a quarterback makes with confidence and fire and moxie. Bro, that run that he ripped off that got called back, even the short yardage run he had, he's not a runner, but he can run the damn ball. Jackson Dart in his first game impressed me a lot. You can tell that the players do feed off of his energy. The defense held it down. You can tell that this Giants team is reignited by him and Cam Scatterbo. Kind of crazy what a draft can do for you, right? Kind of crazy. Brian Daboll, he grabbed the kid, damn near kissed him. Like, you saved my life. You saved my job. We gotta win. They got to win in the first quarter of the season. He is really like that. He's saucy. Like, he's got some flavor to him. Like, the boy has got some seasoning. Bro, he hit that dance. That's a TikTok dance. He hit that dance. I don't know if I can find the video. When he scored on that rushing touchdown right up the middle, the boy hit the boss man D-Lo twerk song dance. He hit the A. I'm like, yo, where are we at now? What are we even talking about now? The Giants got them a quarterback with some sauce. All right, in the YouTube chat, Jersey Flow, how do you see the Yanks Red Sox playing out? Marcus Blackman says, yo, Keith, what's good, fam? Scott says, so we gonna see those receipts. Tierney says Mets fans need to take their medicine. They do. You think I don't even want to do it to them. And let's just pause here for a second. If you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on Instagram, I didn't even unload all the receipts. Honestly, I thought about it. I was like, there are some people that don't even deserve the notoriety. Like some of the minions that attacked me, some of the people that trolled me, some of the people that laughed and mocked me over Juan Soto signing with the Mets. Okay. I left those people alone. I really only use WFAN guys like Sal and Tommy, of course. I also got after the 7 line, and I forget the guy that does the Mets on field announcements. Steve Cohen caught some of the smoke as well. Yeah, I didn't really even unload the clip. What I chose to do was just do what the internet culture is and that is to meme and mock and put up. Like, I can show you. I have the pictures. Like, let me take the young boy down because I know what y'all here for. I know what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about the Mets and the Yankees. Um, y'all want to talk about the Yankees advancing and what that's going to be like, and I'll talk about that here today, and I'll talk about that tonight on my show on WFAN. But I've been doing these Monday shows because I don't hit WFAN until midnight, so like there's a lot to unpack. But yeah, let's see if we can play some games right now. There was some good ones out there, man. There was some really good ones out there. And like it's funny because I'm telling people, it ain't just Yankee fans. Um, Let me go ahead and put a banner. Everyone is trolling the Mets. Like it is all of baseball trolling the Mets. The Red Sox, or the Reds rather. Like when the Cincinnati Reds Twitter can't wait to mock you, they're not in your division. There's no long-standing rivalry there. There's no history that I can think of where Cincinnati versus New York in any regard. There's no real reason for them to mock the Mets besides trying to humble you, trying to just knock you down a peg. Their payroll is a third of the Mets. And like all we heard as Yankee fans was how the American League is weak and how hard it was for the Mets to get to 2 games, from the World Series. And like now, when you actually look at this season, like it's laughable. And you got to get a laugh out of it. If you're a Met fan, duck for cover. If you're a Met fan who can't laugh, it's going to be a long off season. You got to laugh at Cohen going out and spending all this money and excuse me, I almost sneezed. Getting Juan Soto and people celebrating as if that was a ticket to the fall classic. You got to honestly laugh at all of these jokes and all of this stuff that has come out. Like like when the Cincinnati Reds go to Twitter and this is what they do, like bro, they're the most famous Met fan is Frank the Tank. They can't wait to mock him. You know what I'm saying? But who you mad at? Who you mad at? Are you mad at me for that? This is Dan Grassa from ESPN Radio. Somebody in Cincinnati is watching Baseball Night in New York, Sal Licata's show. And when they were talking about how threatened you feel by the Cincinnati Reds, they said not very threatening. And so all they did was play the clip and put very threatening. It ain't just Yankee fans trolling them. You see what I'm saying, folks? But um, it's easy for it's easy for Met fans to say, "Oh, you guys care more about us than you care about the Boston Red Sox you got to play." The Reds have to play the defending world champions. Why are they trolling? Why are their fans mocking you and laughing? The Phillies got to play. You know, they're in a different situation, obviously. Um, they have postseason games too, but they're not. Their fans are trolling and mocking. They have time off. The Phillies won't play until the next round, but their fans are mocking you too. Everybody is mocking the Mets. The Marlins celebrated like it was the damn World Series. The Marlins went out there and took a picture on the field like they won something. You know what they won? They won the fact that Juan Soto makes more than their entire team, and they were able to stop that team from going to the postseason. They're like everybody is in on the joke. This is this is the Marlins Twitter account. Like this is what we do in 2025, almost 2026. Like if you can't handle this type of stuff, like like Jim Seraphin in my in my chat, like you're a bozo, bro. Like I appreciate the comment. I appreciate the engagement, but like this is what the Miami Marlins and Cincinnati Reds are doing on Twitter. Fish are friends, not food. And they have I can't think of the Reds mascot's name. Let's see, Reds mascot name. Mr. Red or Mr. Red Legs. I don't know. I think he's He might have a different name. Gapper. No, Gapper is the other one. This is Mr. Red Legs. Um, this is what goes on. So like, don't be mad at me. Be mad at your owner. Well, don't be mad at your owner, because I will say that with Steve Cohen. I will say that Steve, accountability is paramount. It's important. It goes a long way. I will say that Steve did take accountability, and you know, I'm sure he is like scratching his head right now, like, yo, where do we go from here? You can't fire the manager, because if you fire the manager, you fire Buck Showalter to hire this manager. So any other manager is going to come in like, yo, I'm a dead man walking. This is the Mets curse. How do I overcome this Mets curse? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, can we get an update now? Can we get an update now? And I don't do this for the numbers. Anybody that has ever listened to me on the radio or content, I remember going live years ago for 4 people, 0 people. I've done lives with 0 people. And anybody that inspires to talk sports or create content, don't worry about the numbers. The numbers will come. You got to show up before the people show up. You feel me? So, 130 people in the live. I think we ain't done yet. I think we ain't done yet. But like, be mad at me and not be mad at Francisco Lindor, um, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Brandon Nimmo. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Be mad at Cedric Mullins. Be mad at Luis Torrens and Francisco Alvarez. Keep drinking Mets tears in that cup. You right. I had to pull up. I collected so many of them. Them Jones tasty too. Delicioso. Refreshing. Refreshing when a season ends, where the season started and you were told that you were little brother, that the city is under new management. You were told that it's a Mets town. Nobody cares about the pinstripes. Nobody cares about Monument Park. No one cares about the bleacher creatures. The Yankees aren't the Yankees anymore. The Mets are a better place to play, and they have a dynasty building. And please miss me with that. Let me go to the YouTube chat. Okay, shout out to Real TV throwing money in the chat. 99. That's another thing. I haven't even added the people on YouTube watching. You can only see the people on Twitter watching as we approach 500. I appreciate all of you. I do these lives because you will not be able to hear me or see me live until a lot of you go to bed. It's the middle of the day. Not even. It's after 5. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So on YouTube, Real TV, I can't. I'm not paying for StreamYard right now, because once we started doing the lives on WFAN, I was like, I can keep that $88. But Real TV, I can't pop your super chat up on YouTube for everybody to see. But what I'm gonna do is go to StreamYard here. And for those of you that do want to get into content and streaming on StreamYard, you can stream for free. I'm streaming for free right now. You can only do it to one platform. And then obviously you got powered by StreamYard in the corner. And it's, it is what it is, but it's better than nothing. So Real TV, I do not feel sorry for the Met fans. They trolled Yankees fans over taking Soto from us and our plan B. They can go cry me a river. They will always be just the Mets. Man, I wish I had a round of applause. I wish I had some sound effects for that, because ain't that the effing truth? The more things change, the more things stay the same. I tried to tell y'all a couple years back when y'all celebrated Carlos Correa being signed. Remember that, Yankee fans? Think back. Think back. It was off season that Judge signed. And the night before Judge would be announced as captain of the Yankees, and you would see Judge in the pinstripes, and we were going to celebrate that. In the middle of the night, Steve Cohen signed Carlos Correa. And I remember listening to the fan, and Salicata was on, and the Met fans called in and they raved about how Carlos Correa at third base and Francisco Lindor at shortstop would be the new A-Rod and Jeter, and how they were going to be the 2023 World Series champs. And like, here we go again. Mix up the tears, bro. It's laughable. Just pump your brakes. Just hold your horses, right? After all is said and done, more is always said than done. If I was a Mets fan, which I have a lot of friends and family members that are Met fans, I would just chill. I would just chill. I wouldn't be talking about what this team is going to do. I remember getting on air and saying, you have to overcome the curse of your own uniform. You have to overcome that cosmic pull that always pulls you down. Juan Soto is not strong enough to change that. Juan Soto by himself is not greater than all of that. Like, you would think they would learn. You would think they would learn. All right. Anyway, back to the YouTube chat. Again, thanks for watching. If you're watching on Twitter, appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate you just a little bit more. Both are monetized. I get a couple dollars off of all of this. But that YouTube chat, I really love y'all, man, because we were doing the live streams at night. And then I stopped doing them because we started streaming on WFAN's YouTube, which is bigger and better. The audio, the video, high quality, more subscribers. But we did start to develop a little bit of a community on the McPherson brand YouTube. And I haven't forgot about y'all. We will figure out some weekend streams, some other things to do, and we'll get there. I see Amber in the chat. Amber, what's good? Amber's got a wrench. Amber's still a mod. Let's see. I think Boone is going to go righty strong lineup against Crochet and sacrifice defense. Maybe to start. Maybe to try and get to him early. I don't care because like all season, all we do as Yankee fans is criticize and critique the lineup. That's all we do. I'm not doing that. I don't care. Win the damn game. There's going to be pinch hits. Crochet, if you get to him early, he's not pitching the entire game. We have seen him a bunch of times. I feel like it's in the NFL. Like after you see a guy 3 times, and also I know the Red Sox have gotten the best of the Yankees, but it's the postseason. It's gonna look, feel, smell different in there. It is going to be a lot different in there. So let me hit the rest of the YouTube chat because you guys are firing away on YouTube. If anybody says anything good on YouTube, I will clip it and throw it up the same way I threw up my guy Real TV. Appreciate you with the $9.99 super chat. Okay. Let's see. Karan is in here. He said, like Jeter said, we don't think about the Mets, right? They're just the Mets. And you know, even when every Yankee fan for the most part wanted Soto because I think the vision was, hey, we got to the World Series with this guy. Let's run it back. Even Stanton, who's like a general next to our captain, said at the end of the season, hey, stay with us. But you know what? Soto was always going to the highest bidder. Let that be a lesson to y'all in your own life. Money isn't everything. I feel like Soto did not have the right people in his corner. He could make more money as a Yankee and win. Like you would be going to the postseason with the Yankees if you were on this team. Think about it. The Yankees lost Garrett Cole. The Yankees lost Stanton for 70 games. They lost Luis Gil. They lost Clark Schmidt. They lost Oswaldo Cabrera. They were playing Pablo Reyes. They were playing Oswald Peraza. And they still found a way to win the same amount of games as they did last year in the year that they went to the World Series. Shout out to Brian Cashman. Shout out to the Yankees organization. I had a video on my YouTube channel where I said, being a Yankee fan, it's excellence, bruh. It's just consistent excellence, bruh. Let me put this so you can see the postseason logo. Flex that postseason logo because these Met fans wanted to flex their wallets and they wanted to talk about, oh, Hal is poor. Oh, Steve Cohen can drop his wallet on the table. He can't drop his wallet on the table anywhere and get one of these. He could get a fake one, but he wouldn't wear it. We got in the dance again with Plan B. I was told that we weren't going anywhere without Juan Soto. So, anyway, yeah, Karan said this is for the Bronx Giraffe. I told y'all no good was going to come from trolling the Yankees, being petty with the Yankees. What was y'all thinking? Like the Mets trying to be big brother in ways like that, like the Mets trying to create things like the mascot race and get a laugh out of like the Bronx Zoo giraffe loses. They even had on like they had him steal some stuff from a kid. They had him wear a dirty white tee. Like that's taking it too far for me, bro. Like what are you trying to say about the BX? I got a lot of like good friends that grew up and live in the Bronx. Like I got people in the Bronx that when I show up to the stadium, like they got my back. They take care of me for years now. Like real good people that have grown up in the BX. Like what was that all about? I remember I said on the radio, like, you think there's no kids that come to City Field that are from the Bronx, but they grew up Mets fans? There are. Of course there are. So when you did this janky like why make the Bronx the ultimate losers? You know why? Now listen closely. Cuz the Yankees in the Bronx have done all the winning in this town. So we're going to game the system and make up some fake ass race and get a laugh out of it. Now the laugh is on you. Who is laughing now? Who is laughing now? Juan Soto stopped shuffling. What type of is that? What type? What in the world is that, guys? Juan Soto stopped hitting his signature Soto shuffle in a Mets uniform. What kind of hex is that on a player where he doesn't even do his dance? The boy hit his dance. The boy touchdown, hit the touchdown. He said, "Hey, hey, 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 twerk something." Man, prayers up for Malik Neighbors. I you know what? That feeling, and I'm glad I'm not a fan of any NFL team anymore. Um, but that feeling of, yo, we're getting somewhere with Jackson Dart. That feeling of, oh, the Giants are back. We found our franchise quarterback, even off of one game. Um, it sucks when you're in the NFL. The Jets have felt this, right? You take one step back and two steps forward as far as like you win a game, but you lose Elijah Vera Tucker. Or, all right, perfect example. You won the game against the Bills, but you lost Aaron Rodgers for the season. When I saw this, man, during the game, I immediately blamed the turf, that MetLife turf. So test reveals that Malik Neighbor did. We knew it. We could tell. Anybody that watches football, we could tell that Malik Neighbors tore his ACL. Prayers up for him because he was like he was at a record-setting pace. Like, this is what I'm gonna say about Malik Neighbors, and I'll say it on the air because I'm a football fan. I played football my whole life. I'm football. He was at a record-setting pace for targets and receptions, and now that's got to be put on pause. And he also now has to rehab a torn ACL, and there's no telling when he will come back. There is no timetable for when he will come back, and I have to put this up because it's eerie. It is eerie that this went down this way. It sucks for Giants fans because he's your whole offense, really. So if you can't read it, it says Malik Neighbors and Odell Beckham Jr., both LSU college phenoms, first round picks in the NFL. The team that picked them is the New York Giants. The team that they played when they were injured was the Chargers, San Diego, LA. The college attended by the quarterbacks that threw them the pass, Ole Miss. That's like weird cosmic energy in the universe. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy that these guys both get hurt like that and the parallels are like the same. So I mean, the thing is the turf. They got to get rid of that turf. Um, you know, they're going to have the World Cup at MetLife in 2026. And something's got to be done about that turf. Odell Beckham Jr. called for it, but everybody called for it. I was one of the first people. As soon as I knew it because the way that his foot caught on the turf, it's not natural. It's because it's not natural grass. It's synthetic. It's fake. But the way that his cleat caught a snag, bro, that takes your knee out. That takes your ACL out. And he couldn't get up. And as soon as they said like they needed the cart for him, I'm like, ah. So for the Giants fans, it's like, damn, we found our quarterback, our running back. We lose our receiver that we drafted last year that was at an all-time pace. Dear NFL, I mean this with the utmost love and respect. We, the NFL, Take all the precautions in the world with everything else when it comes to players' health and safety. Please, please, please get rid of the freaking turf. Thank you in advance. And it's specifically the MetLife turf, which is terrible. The MetLife turf is there because two NFL teams play there. Taylor Swift's going to perform there. The Weeknd's going to perform there. Billy Joel. I don't think Billy Joel. Shout out to Billy Joel. Hopefully he's well. But you know what I'm saying? It's a multi-purpose place. Electric Daisy Carnival is going to come through there. They're going to bring monster trucks through there. Like, I guess it's easier for them to maintain. Um, Yo, what's good, Brody? What up, man? I see y'all on the check-in and the YouTube as well. Um, let's see. My guy DJ PX is in there. Um, YouTube is rocking right now. I see y'all in the chat with the community talking. And what I love about the community that has been built on YouTube is like some of y'all jump in the chat and see a name of a user, and it's like, hey, nice to see you again. So, speaking on this, I know you guys want to talk baseball. Everybody's, Amber says turf has to go in any stadium. I saw the position of his body and foot when he injured his knee. The turf doesn't help. It sticks your foot. You can't slide and adjust. Exactly. Jack G in here. What up, Jack? Um, we're going to get to some other things. Keith, how do you see the pen for the wild card? Is Boone going to trend to heavy with any one pitcher? We don't know. I mean, and we could talk about that. Um, you know this about the Yankees though. They have their scripts, they have their lanes, they have their matchups. Devin Williams is in the good graces of the Yankees and Yankee fans for now. I'm not going to say what I want to say cuz at this point it's on, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's on. At this point it's all the way live. Postseason 2025. Positive energy. Am I back on the ride? Of course. It's a different ride. It's a different season. Am I fully supporting and backing Devin Williams to go out there and get outs? Hell yeah. Am I going to be yelling and screaming and saying, let's go, strike him out, PC Richardson? Of course. Of course. David Bednar is the closer. Now, who gets us to the setup guy and the closer between Luke Weaver, Fernando Cruz, Tim Hill, Mark Leiter Jr., whomever it may be? I don't know. The Red Sox, I want to beat the Red Sox game 1 and 2, bro, and be done with them. The Red Sox don't want to see our lefty pitching. Can Rodon shove after Fried shoves and the Yankee lineup hit and we just move forward? Max Fried goes 7 innings. Maybe Rodon goes 6, 7 innings. And then you just got to worry about Devin Williams in the 8th, Bednar. And that's the thing. It's 2 days. There's no break in between. So, like, you got to think about that bullpen budget and who you use. And like I said, the Yankees have their scripts and their lanes, and they're pretty predictable with that. They're going to play the righty, the lefty righty matchups, righty lefty matchup, whatever. But score runs. With this lineup, we can go there now. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I've been doing these Monday afternoon talking sports because by the time I get on air tonight, but with the breaks and the calls and a 2-hour show, it ain't gonna go how I really want it to go, it'll go how I want it to go, but like there won't be enough time. There's just not enough time to really hit on everything. You feel me? Like there's just not enough time to talk about everything that we need to talk about. So with this lineup, they are talking about a few things. I think I saw a good tweet from my boy. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in here. Shout out to Mr. Randy Wilkins, Pam's son. And this is what made me tweet out before. Like he said, the Yankees can't have Rosario and Slater start tomorrow, in my opinion. Slater is a 0 for them, and Rosario's glove is a legit issue. I understand the platoon thing, but Fried needs strong defenders, and Boston puts the ball in play. They have to rely on the big boys for offense. I'm not too worried about it, yo. What I'll say is they went and got those players at the deadline for a reason. They went and got those players because they hit left-handed pitching. So stack the deck, stack the lineup, and they're not going to stay in the game. But I also understand the other school of thought of like, yo, your center field is the best center field in baseball as far as home runs, run production, OPS, like, and even defensively. So, I understand if they don't want to, do that, but I think the Yankees believe in analytics, they believe in numbers and their matchups, and they're gonna go with that. And they faced Crochet a few times here. He shut us down. Um, but like I don't think he's shutting us down. And I don't fear him. I don't fear no man. He's got to come into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, right? Yeah, he's got to come to Yankee Stadium. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in a club and she choosing. Club going up. We're going up on a Tuesday, bro. We don't care. Like, it's postseason. We are the reigning American League champs. Jack Curry puts out projected Yankee lineup for game one. Goldschmidt leading off. First base. Batting second. Aaron Judge in right field. Batting third. Cody Bellinger in left field. Batting fourth. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH. Batting fifth. Ahmed Rosario at second base. Batting sixth. Trent Grisham, patrolling center field. Batting seventh. The shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Batting eighth. Your leader in stolen bases, Jose Caballero at third base. And batting ninth, doing the catching, Austin Wells. Now, where do I think that could be different? Like, I don't know. They could go with Rosario at third base, Caballero at second base. They also could just elect to play their best players, but I wouldn't play the matchup, bro. It's the first game, and you can like, okay, I love Ben Rice. He's the best number 22 in New York. He's the one that's still playing. He took that jersey right off of Juan Soto's back, and look at the year he had wearing the deuce deuce. Shout out to Benny Blanco Arroz. I want to see Ben Rice in there because he's from Massachusetts. He grew up as a Yankee fan in enemy territory. I think he's going to be jacked up to play against them. I know he was fired up yesterday. I got one random lock, like poking up, standing up, and we're good. Um, I want to see Ben Rice, get some at bats. I don't care if it's left-handed, right-handed, but go and check the numbers. We know he mashes right-handed pitching. Same thing with Jazz. Hello, they call me Jazz. I'm the Prince of the City. I want to see the Prince of the City play, but you play the matchups because if you went and got, Med Rosario, and I don't know Caballero's numbers against left-handed hitting, but his on base percentage and his stolen bases, just the threat that he possesses, you want him in the game to create some type of havoc, chaos. Um, let's put this back up. You went to now Slater is probably the only one. Austin Slater to me is like, if you need a pinch hit and you got to throw him in there, maybe. But Austin Slater is like the odd man out to me. Um, I think we're ready to roll with this. Let's see what they're talking about in the YouTube chat. Caballero has a nice glove. Amber says Ben Rice is nice. Jack says not our best third baseman, but still good. Let's talk about that. They went at the trade deadline to get Ryan McMahon. It was good to see him get a hold of one, but like his at bats are a struggle. Would you like him on the mound with Max Fried? Sure, for the defense, but you can't have automatic outs, strikeouts. Definitely in the bottom of the order. We got to turn that order over. So if Ryan McMahon doesn't get a chance to rock that, like they went out and got insurance for that. Um, Ivy League educated and mass Yankee fan, smart dude. Talking about Ben Rice. Where did Ben Rice went to Dartmouth? It's going to be a zoo tomorrow. Curran says, "Yeah, it is going to be a zoo tomorrow." Like that's a part of it. We have a home field advantage. Like Yankee Stadium being in New York, where it is going to draw in so many people, 45,000 people plus for a Tuesday wild card game. Let's see how Garrett Crochet and the Boston Red Sox respond to that. You know, now I'll say this: respect to Alex Cora, and I think somebody in the chat was talking about Alex Cora before. Bugs, dude, Cora cannot outmanage Boone this series. He has. He absolutely has. Um, Tune, chill. Hold on. Have you guys have seen Cam Schlittler's cat? Um, this is my cat. Luna Tuna, Panta Luna. That's my Luna Tuna, Luna Tuna, Luna Tuna, Loony baby. You know my Toonie, crazy. That's my Luna Toonie, Tuna Toonie. Yeah, Toonie, go Toonie, go Toonie. All right, let me finish this tune. She's very territorial. Like, I move her stuff around. We share this room in here. I move her stuff around. She didn't even use this. My wife bought it for her. She didn't even use this. Behind me is her automatic kitty litter where my light is down there. Tune is very territorial. She's like, "Are you done yet, bro?" I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Give me a couple more minutes, bro. Yeah, but Alex Cora, we've seen him outmanage Aaron Boone in the past. Dude, Cora can't beat us. Giolito is out, is good for us. We have the same record. Oh, that was a Mets comment. Um, yeah, I expect Aaron Boone to kind of have a chip on his shoulder about it. Like, I'm not getting outmanaged by Alex Cora. We're ready to roll. We got this far. We're gonna do what we got to do. You're shout out to the people pulling up. The lone silencer. I would like to see Caballero over Volpe, Boone's wife says. Now let's have that conversation. Volpe is the starting shortstop. They have been steadfast on that the entire season. And I agree with them. Why? Um, Now Caballero is going to probably start here, but like there's more that you can do moving Caballero or even putting Caballero at second or third base to start the game. Who can replace him? Jazz or Ryan McMahon. You put Volpe at shortstop, he stays at shortstop. You hope for the best. Now, as far as hoping for the best, has Volpe not looked improved since I started calling him cortisone tone? He got the cortisone shot. Has his defense been there? Yeah. Has he made plays? Has he made throws? Yeah. Like I was rooting for him to get that 20th homer and have that 2020 season. But whatever. I think two things happened with Caballero. Caballero bought him time, right? Caballero was there to buy Volpe some time as far as like time to rest, time to mentally decompress. And I'm sure the Yankees told him you did not lose your spot. You had a partially torn labrum. Take some time to get it right, get your mind right, and get ready for this postseason push. So Volpe ends with 19 homers, 18 stolen bases, 72 runs batted in, 114 hits. That average is tough, 212. But like for people that were rooting for Caballero to be your starting shortstop, you don't want that. Honestly, you want him to come off the bench. Honestly, you want to be able to add him as a pinch runner. But for this first game, he's going to start because they're stacking the right-handed lineup. They're putting righties in the lineup and hoping for the best here. I'm not questioning it, bro. Now is not the time for. We've had this whole season of questioning them. We had this whole season of not thinking they were doing things the right way and whatever. It's too late for that now. Now we ride. Now we ride. Let's see. Can we talk about Volpe backing up on two plays yesterday, slipping on grass? He cannot start it short. He is. He is. It like that's in the past now. And I hope that he doesn't make any mistakes. He's going to make some mistakes, but I hope that they're not costly. Um, but Volpe has been better. He's been better than the player that was throwing every ball in the dirt. He's better than the player that was non-competitive at the plate. Um, Can Luna play third base? Nah, Luna is like, where'd she go? She just likes to sleep and eat and mess with me. That's it. She don't do much else. She's blessed. She doesn't have to work. She doesn't leave the crib. She's always in here. I'm a dog person, but there's some cool cats. Yeah, shout out to Amber. Cam Schlittler. We found out about him and his cat. Let me see if I can pull that tweet. And Cam Schlittler is in line for game 3, which I didn't think they were going to do. It shows you how the Yankees really feel about this kid. It shows you how the Yankees view him and his stuff, really, because this is the guy. This is the guy. Game 3, if need be. He said, "This is my beautiful cat, Arya. She is named after Arya Stark from Game of Thrones." So this is a kid too that like I don't know. I want us to beat the Red Sox in 2 games, but it's baseball, man. It's hard to do. And what I'll say is the Yankees have confidence in him. His makeup, his command, his focus, and he is going to take the ball in a game three. It'll be his first time facing the Red Sox, and it's going to be so crazy because he grew up in Red Sox country. His family, Red Sox fans, him obviously growing up a Red Sox fan too. Like him taking the ball with the chance to eliminate the Boston Red Sox and end their season is crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts. And I hope that it doesn't get to him. Um, I hope that I hope that it doesn't get to him. I hope he's not thinking too much. I hope that it's not that big. I hope that it's like, yo, it's just, another game, and I'm gonna shove. I'm gonna mow guys down. I'm going to throw strikes and help the Yankees win. We've seen some good, we've seen some bad, mostly good, mostly good. Yeah, my guy. As we were talking about Volpe, there's a video. Anthony Volpe takes grounders as the Yankees prep for the season. My guy Jonathan Lasagna on Twitter. He's great on Twitter. He just put this out, and yeah, this goes along with what I've just been saying about like, yo, it's over for that. As far as like, you don't think it's winning only. He says, time for the annual playoffs public service announcement. It's time to put aside our feelings towards players that we dislike and support them all in the chase for 28. It's all hands on deck, even Anthony Volpe. We all want a title more than we want to feed our narratives. Exactly. Do you guys want to win or not? You guys want to win the World Series or not? You guys want to go to the World Series again or not? It's postseason time, bro. It's postseason time, bro. This is the squad. Squad, squad, squad. Squad over everything. This is it. I'm not going against the New York Yankees. I'm not. I'm not going against one player on the team. I don't boo the Yankees ever. I go there and I root for the laundry forever. I'm not going. I want them all to succeed, and I will have grace if they fail. But like not like I'm talking about like if they have errors or little mistakes and they come back from it. Shrewkery, what's up, bro? My guy. I don't know if you still living in Boston. Fired up and ready for playoffs tomorrow. This is a New Yorker living in Boston when I was, checking with him a couple years back, doing radio and content up there, and in enemy territory. Shukri, let us know in the chat if you're still in Boston, because I know they got to be feeling some type of way up there. Jack says Volpe swings are getting better, but Volpe was looking shaky yesterday on 2 plays. He still has happy feet and does not make those. It is what it is at this point, though. I don't know. You got to hope for the best. He's, got to make the plays. All right, let me get close to wrapping things up here and see what else. Oh, we didn't talk about this yet, but on top of everything else in the Giants world, a statement from John Mara. Good on the Giants starting that young quarterback. Good on the Giants getting that win in that building for John Mara. You hate to hear this news, but he's diagnosed with cancer, and like that hits a lot of people. I heard Tiki Barber talking about it. This is the owner of the team. People have been critical of him and his decision making, but like you don't want to hear that for anybody. You hope that he can beat the cancer and that he pulls through, and that the Giants kind of rally around the fact that their owner is in this situation, and he's getting treatment, and prayers up to him and his family and the Giants family that they pulled through. Um, let's see here. Shukri says, "Nah, I'm in Philly now, hosting on 97.5 The Fanatic." Oh, congrats, bro. Congrats. Radio business. Just you go where the opportunity is, and you have. I'm blessed. I've been on one radio station, and I'm not getting on a radio station in any other city. I'm good. I'm not interested. Tomorrow I'll be on WEEI at 1 o'clock talking to the Boston Red Sox radio station. But like as far as hosting, I keep it a bean with you, bro. Like if they called me tomorrow and offer me morning show, midday, afternoon in Philly, I'm not taking it. In Buffalo, I'm not taking it. Chicago, not taking it. I'm not interested. I'd rather sit here in this room in my apartment in front of 695 people on Twitter. Shout out to Bozo Alert. We got to bring Bozo Alert back in here. 130 people in the line for a New York sports radio host on the biggest sports radio station in the world. Yeah, that number has now quadrupled. I'm not good at math. It's not about that. It's about people that rock with me, and I don't care if there's 600. I don't care if there's six. I'm not leaving y'all. I'm not going to another city. I'm not interested. Honestly, it was a long shot for me to even get on the radio. I graduated with my radio and TV degree, and it was quiet for me, bro. So I'm not going anywhere. But I respect people in the radio industry that have got it out the mud and that have hustled. Like, I think Craig Carton was in Buffalo. I think BT did some show out west. I think in Vegas. I think Sal went somewhere. Geo was in Pittsburgh. Like at this point in my life, thank God for the internet. I'm not going to another radio station to do a better time slot. I will build my YouTube. I will build my Twitter. I don't have a podcast. I'll just fire up a new podcast. Oh, I'll be listening to the interview. Yeah, so I'm on WEEI tomorrow at 1 in Boston. Shout out to them because I heard that they were playing my they were playing my my John Heyman call on that station, cracking up about that a while back. And now they're gonna have me on ahead of the Red Sox Yankees conversation. And I'm trying to see who I'm even on with because I always look into that. Their midday show, Jones and Keefe, not like Keith McPherson, like Keefe, last name Keefe. And I'm gonna join them at 1 p.m. to talk Yankees Red Sox. And I'll probably sauce them up a little bit. I'll probably trash talk them a little bit, respectfully. Not anything too crazy before the game starts. Oh, look at that. We've hit 700. Isn't that nice? And then there's people on the YouTube chat. I think there's 12 on YouTube. So we're at 712. And people come in and out of these things, and I appreciate everybody. Let's wrap this up in the next 7 minutes or so. Let's see what I didn't hit on. We trolled the Mets fan a little bit. But there's just some crazy numbers, bro. Like I'm gonna talk about this stuff tonight. Like little things like this. I know the Met fan don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. Mets fans, like you paraded around. Like when Juan Soto hit that home run in spring training, the way that Met fans reacted to that home run, you would think that that was the home run that Juan Soto hit against Gavin Williams or not Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams is the guy that no hit the Mets. Hunter Gaddis, right? Wasn't it Hunter Gaddis? Yeah, Hunter Gaddis from Cleveland that Juan Soto hit. So all of Juan Soto's free agency finalist records in 2025, the Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Dodgers, right? All of the teams that offered him over $700 million made the postseason. The Mets, 83 wins, missed the postseason. So all money ain't good money, man. You're gonna be rich AF. That's what I'm saying. He would have made just as much, if not more, money with the Yankees. You could have played with Judge and Stanton. I don't care because you know what? We don't get Max Fried. I'm sure of that. There is no Max Fried on the New York Yankees if the Yankees sign Juan Soto. And there might not have been some of these other moves. That's a lot of money. I told y'all from the jump, I said Cashman didn't want to do that move. Cashman did not want to sign a player like Juan Soto that was going to outlive him. And so, to follow that up, right? Now, okay, let's play along at home, folks. You think Kyle Schwarber is going to leave the Philadelphia Phillies to sign with the Mets? You think Kyle Tucker is going to leave the Chicago Cubs to sign with the Mets? Both of those teams are in the postseason. Both of those teams spend money. Oh, you think Cody Bellinger is going to leave the Yankees, where his pops played, to go across town to the Mets? No, people are going to learn from this mistake. People are going to learn from what Juan Soto just did. They're going to learn. They're going to say, listen, going to the highest bidder for what? Like all of these teams would have been the highest bidder. They were all bidding more than Ohtani. Don't you want to be in the postseason? Don't you want to win? Juan Soto didn't even make the All-Star team this year. So great 30 for 30 season, 40 plus home runs, almost 40 steals, but you don't get to be in the dance. You don't get to be in baseball's greatest month where all eyes are on these select few teams that made it in this expanded postseason, bro. Let me chill. Let me chill, bro. Let me see. Shukri said it happened 2 years ago after I left Boston in 2023. I got my show in 2025. I absolutely understand you and the grind it takes because it truly takes everything to even get your foot in the door. Yeah, and respect to you, bro, and being a brother as well in the industry. Like you and I had that call and that pod that we did when I first got on the fan. There are not many of us. There are not that many black men doing radio that aren't former professional athletes. Like it is what it is, but like I'm just putting respect on it. Like, for you to have on your resume that you've done Boston and Philadelphia radio, it's impressive. Continue. I'm just saying for me personally and where I am, I'm not going to no other city. It doesn't make any sense for me. Like I would just be influencer, content creator. All right, let's continue here and wrap things up. Yo, you know what else I had? I'm gonna talk about this on the fan too as we're getting closer here. Like I'm just so impressed with Jackson Dart. I've been impressed with him, but like he's real as hell. There is a video from the Fanatics NFL Players Association. I got to get the video so I can play the audio tonight. Where this guy with the microphone asked Jackson Dart. He says, "Who's your celebrity crush right now?" And like when you're a first round draft pick quarterback, like you having a celebrity crush, they don't have to be a crush. Like you can bag them. But this guy actually had the audacity to say Madison Beer. And I don't know if Madison Beer was dating Justin Herbert yet. Maybe that wasn't official yet. I think it could be. I'm not into the gossip and the like relationship stuff like that. But I thought it was cold as hell. I thought it was cold blooded. I thought it was strategic. I thought it was well timed that Jackson Dart, the night before the game, just threw something out there. I remember playing in high school. I used to get prank called the night before games. People would write stuff on and this I'm old, but there used to be like football, short conference football like blogs where people would write stuff and try and psych people out the night before games. And Jackson Dart had the audacity to post Madison Beer on his Instagram, and it lived for almost an hour, I would assume, because it says 48 minutes. Game day tomorrow with Madison Beer in it. That's Justin Herbert's girl. So not only did I take a picture of your girl, taunt you before the game, I came in the game, I scored the first touchdown. I hit the boss man D-Lo twerk song dance. I broke it down. I beat y'all. And I get the last laugh. That's cold as hell, bro. That's where we are in 2025 going into 2026. You got a dripped out saucy quarterback with Anakin Skywalker eye black, a chain around his neck, Jordan's on, doing TikTok dances in the end zone after he trolled the opposing quarterback's girlfriend. Amazing. Amazing. Shout out to Brian Burns, the Spider-Man, Abdul Carter, Cam Scattaboo, and the Giants receivers are going to really have to step up in the absence of Malik Neighbors. Tonight, the Jets will play, and I will be on air after. I'll be taking your calls. I think the Jets lose. I just think Miami's going to come out in those all black uniforms. They're in their building, and they need a win just as well, and they're just as desperate. And Justin Fields is coming back, and it's just he missed a week. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be on air tonight where Jets fans and Giants fans can call in and celebrate them both getting victories here in week 4 and being 1-3. We won't have anything to celebrate with the Mets. This Mets trolling, this Mets tears, drinking these Mets fan tears, that is going to continue forever off this season. Ooh, delicioso. But we will talk about the Yankees for sure as we go into this wild card against our rivals. So that's my little like pre-show. Some things that we're gonna talk about. Appreciate everybody. Exactly, bro. Stole Herbert's girl. Now he's gonna steal his DC next year as head coach. His defensive coordinator. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is over there. I think Greg Roman is over. It doesn't matter. But yeah. All right. So that's it for the Twitter chat. Let me check the YouTube chat. Um, you got called up straight to the majors and did not have to play in the minors, aka other cities. Talking about me, yeah. That's what I say. I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I got thrown into the deep end. I sank to the bottom. I swam up, and now I'm just doing laps. Um, God had a plan for me and still has a plan for me. Mets fans should just take it easy and just relax. It's going to be a wild offseason. Yeah, it's going to be a long offseason of laughing and trolling. Plan B was better than plan A. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. You can't always get what you want, but it worked out. Scott says, Keith, I'll try to catch you tonight. Hey, go to sleep. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be tired because Monday I wake up with my son in the morning. And I'm about to go get him right now. And like, I've been up since like 6 a.m. and I'll be up till 3 a.m. tonight. I literally just put some like caffeine, um, caffeine powder. If you look on my Instagram, I advertise for them. Caffeine and electrolyte powder in my water so I can push through the night. But I'm telling y'all, go to bed. The live stream will be on YouTube, WFAN YouTube. The Odyssey app, you can rewind, and then everything goes to podcast. So like you don't have to fight sleep to hear me talk. But I understand there's mad people that hit me up. They're like, they just want to hear me troll the Met fans on air and take calls. So yeah, stay up for it if you want. But there's a lot to unpack, so I'm not gonna do too much of that. Um, he learned from the ladies' man, his former coach at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. Yeah, Lane Kiffin's funny. Now his daughter was dating um, what's his name? Whit Weeks, the linebacker from LSU. I think the IG post about Madison Beer ended up being a fake. Oh, was it? Was it not real? I gotta look into that. Either way, he stood on business. Dart seems like a cool kid. He is. Ron Darling is something else. Yeah, the whole Mets broadcast, like, be mad at the Mets. That's like the Met fan trips me out. They want to be mad at everybody else except the people that put them in this situation. You had the best record in baseball. I think it's hilarious. Like they want to point the finger at what everybody else is doing. Everybody gets to dance on your grave when you die the way that you died. When your season ends the way it ends, this is what happens. All right. Thanks for watching. That's all I've got. I'll be on the fan later tonight, WFAN YouTube stream after Monday Night Football, probably like 11:30 p.m. if you're up. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. As always,